Welcome back, everybody, to another podcast. Once again, trying a new setup on my end. We'll see if that works well. Obviously, we have Nelson over here trying a new something on his face. uh, so, why don't you start out by telling us what the heck is going on there, so we can get
Oh,
right into it.
so what is happening here and why I decided to wear them this time around was because I got a new fun toy to play with. That's why. They are night vision goggles. They are the Modern Warfare 2019 Dark Edition goggles. I could probably pull up a photo of them if you want. That way you can see a little bit in more detail, but I just got the night vision goggles off of eBay because I thought, you know what, I kind of want to see stuff in the dark for some reason, which is
That's pretty
explaining
cool.
my reason, explaining my
There
reasons
is no
for why I'm
reason.
getting it. There is none. There just is none. I don't know why I followed through with this. I
Oh my gosh. That's
so
hilarious.
now I feel embarrassed.
They're very cool, I have to say. But
They
also
do,
super random. I mean, they could make a pretty good Halloween costume.
they do actually work in the dark.
That's pretty awesome.
If
So,
you look over here,
are they
yeah, this
official?
looks they're the official Modern Warfare Dark Edition goggles.
Wow, that's insanity.
So they actually do work and everything like that. They're legit. They're, you know, they're not the real deal, like the real life night vision goggles, because
Yeah.
those are like $40,000, but this is as close as you can get to it
Wow.
for having night vision and everything, and they do work in the dark. They do.
So, is it
Uh,
like a green night vision sort of deal where
it's like this right here. If you look over here on my
okay,
screen, it looks like this.
that's pretty
Um,
cool. Big.
it has two modes. It has this mode where it looks like this green phosphorus, and then there's a black and white mode as well. So
Awesome.
yeah, they do work. They do work. They work pretty well in the dark, I would say, because what was it, the other night when I got them after I cleaned them up and everything 'cause it was kind of disgusting from the last owner, but like it was covered in dust and all that stuff. It was gross.
Yeah.
But I disinfected it, of course. I don't know why I'm going into detail about that, but I went to go test them out in the dark, and yeah, they work pretty well. You can actually see pretty far in
All
the dark
right.
with these, which is nice. Let me see. I have my helmet right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to pretty much just mount this to this helmet eventually. I bought like a helmet mount for it. That way I can modify this and just have it on the helmet.
Do you still have the
So,
mask that I 3D printed for you
which mask?
for Halloween? The skull.
Oh yeah, I still have it. Yeah, I love that thing.
That could be. I mean, I know you already did that once, but adding that on top would be
Horrifying.
so. Yeah, pretty scary.
It'd be a pretty scary costume. Yeah, the thing is my girlfriend probably doesn't want me to dress up as
Uh huh.
Ghost again for Halloween again, but
So, those looking the way they are begs the question of pricing. Not that you have to reveal any specific details, but were they expensive? That's what I'm wanting to know on eBay.
so I actually got them for relatively cheap on eBay.
Okay.
Now, the I only got the goggles themselves
Yeah.
and the stand. I didn't get any of the other content with it. I didn't get the steelbook or anything like that because these go for around, I want to say, like, if you want one brand new in the box, because this edition is like 6 years old at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $400 if you want everything all at once. So the goggles, the stand, the steelbook case, all that stuff. But these, I think I paid like around 180, I think. So, hey, I got my tax returns, okay, so I this is my reward, if you
Disposable
will.
income. Oh yeah.
Well, I needed to reward my it was a bad week at work and
Uh,
everything, so it was I thought, why not? And I remember I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, can I have these? And she's like, if you want, I don't know why, but
uh-huh.
and then I eventually got them. It's part of my personality, I guess, but bro thinks he's him. That's exactly what it is.
Uh-huh.
Bro
Uh-huh.
thinks he's him. Um,
That's awesome.
I mean, that's about it. I They're really cool. I don't know what else to say about them. I remember when they first announced this edition, I was thinking to myself, man, I really want to get my hands on one of these. And
Yeah.
then after the game came out, I was like, yeah, no, the game's complete garbage. I'm not buying them. But I bought them purely for like aesthetic and cosmetic reasons, of course. You can get fake ones for actually pretty cheap off Etsy. You can get like a fake pair of these for like 60
That don't
bucks.
actually work is what you're saying.
They don't they don't work or anything. They're just there for, they look like the real deal, like the
Sure.
real quad lens, like the real quad nods.
Right. Interesting.
And like they look like off of Etsy, they look like this.
Right.
So, but the Modern Warfare edition, it looks a little bit different. It's similar, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah. I guess if you're
These,
getting something purely for aesthetic purposes, you gotta go with the real deal.
yeah, but here's the website. They're $50,000 for
Holy
these.
cow.
Yeah, for the real pair, for the
Oh
real
man.
quad nods.
Well, that
This
might be too much.
you think buying a Tesla Cybertruck is a big flex? No, 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 no. This is a flex.
Uh-huh.
This is the biggest flex anybody can have. If they buy a real steel pair of night vision goggles, this is what SEAL Team 6 runs with, by the way.
Oh, great.
So I don't know if Delta Force uses these. I'm sure they do, but yeah, you can choose. You have options. You can you can get a dovetail version, which is this little clip right here, or you can get the ball detent, which I don't know what that is, but
Oh,
anyways,
wow. Interesting.
it has a year warranty. They're more graceful
Well, I should
than
hope so. If you're spending $50,000, I would expect a 10-year warranty, to be honest with you.
I know. It's a beautiful pair. It really is.
Yeah.
Every man wishes they had one. Every man. I wish I had one, but
Yeah.
and part of the reason why they're so expensive is, of course, because of the technology that they use. I think they use it's it's a lab grown product. It's a type of glass that is lab grown that allows you to see in the dark, of course.
Oh, interesting.
It's not diamonds. They're not lab grown diamonds.
Yeah.
It's something else that's why it's so expensive. That's why it's $50,000 for these. It's as
Interesting.
much as a car, but I don't know why people would go out of their. I mean, I guess
Uh-huh.
why they
Uh-huh.
would go out of their way to buy them. It's cool. Of course, it's cool.
Yeah.
This is good enough for me. I like these as is.
Yeah.
So these work just fine for me. Now, the field of view on these things, it's like a little tiny square. It's like looking into a VR headset,
Oh,
and
really?
you have to like adjust the lenses so that way it would focus, and you have to adjust the
Interpupillary distance and that sort of thing.
all that stuff. There is a little bit of depth when it comes to this for these, especially. There's a little bit of depth perception,
Yeah.
which helps. Field of view is it's kind of high
You're not gonna
in terms
fall
of
over, is
like,
what you're saying. If
yeah,
you're
like,
walking with them on.
yeah, but it's not going to be like this where you can like see everything around
Right.
you by you have to like see what's in front of you. It's like boxed in and closed in. You can the camera that it has, because it uses a camera for the night vision, it does increase the field of view to make it seem like you have 180 degrees, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a Why did I buy them? I have no idea. I like them. I thought they were cool,
Yeah.
and they would be fun to run around with in the dark, and they are fun to run around with in the dark. So
Well, that's fun. I mean, I suppose this is a good time to talk about my poor financial decisions, although I they are
I
somewhat
remember you telling
justifiable, right?
I remember you telling me about you making an interesting purchase about.
I did buy this. I pre-ordered it. It was $100. What do you call it? I don't know what. It's like a steak. Like you buy your spot or something for $100, and then
Oh,
that's
really?
like you
You
pay
had to.
now, and then and $100 now, and then when it comes out, you pay the rest of the money. So it was
I
like $1,800, I think, um, which is a lot of money. But I started selling my PC parts on eBay, and so far I've sold over $400 worth of stuff, and that's not even starting on the actual my actual expensive parts. I haven't started listing those yet. So hopefully I do actually get, enough money to make a dent in this. I mean, it's still a poor purchase decision, but honestly, I think in this case, it's like I'm going to be using this more than I was using my tower, my big old fat PC. Because I was
Yeah,
like
this
using
will
that.
actually be.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be nice because you could just slip that into your backpack.
right. Yeah, that's a good idea. I hadn't really thought about that. It's a
Yeah,
small thing. You can see all the things they have lined up next to it, and it's really tiny. And actually, I didn't order it because I don't think they offer it yet, but they're going to have a handle that you can put on top of it and just carry it around. So I'm looking forward to getting this. I think it's going to be a cool product, and I have my own YouTube channel. I'm not going to promote it on here, but um, I'm probably going to do a quick review of it over there. Maybe I'll talk about it a little more when I get it over here. So I'm excited for
you gotta
that.
tell you gotta tell your viewers to come over here as well to listen to us.
Well, I was
You
thinking
gotta.
about it. I mean, it's kind of cool to
You
have.
should. Promotion is good. We
Well,
need that.
it's cool to have things that can stand on their own, you know.
That's true. I suppose, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, but one other thing I did this week is we'll get to this in just a bit, but I did a face age calculator because I saw a video that said Gen Z is aging like milk. So
Are we?
that's what it said. And obviously they had like all these pictures of these girls with Botox and face surgeries and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's not attractive by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. I mean, of course it's down to personal preference, but it's not my preference for sure.
This is my preference.
Yeah. Exactly. Of
This is
course.
attractive.
Of course,
This
yes.
is
Yeah,
this is what men want.
right. Um, so I did the face age test to figure out what I looked like my age was. Um,
You're gonna look like your dad. That's exactly what it'll be.
so
There's you're fine. There's your age thing, dude.
yeah,
You're
basically
good.
it's like you take a picture of your face and an AI analyzes your face and says, "Oh, you're this many years old." That's what I did. And
What did it guess? You were some 30-year-old middle-aged man.
33.
Really?
33. I'm 20. I'm gonna let the viewers know I'm 20. I'm not
Well, I'm
33.
22.
So,
For the for the viewers, he's older. I'm older than him by 5 days, yet he's taller than me.
yeah,
He likes the excuse he got out of the hospital faster
right.
than me.
Yep, yep,
Like
yep,
that
yep.
means anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. As you have no power. Just accept it. It's fine.
But I mean, okay, I'm fine with looking older than I am. It's just like Is that
You look like
that's
you're at
that's
your
probably
age.
proving the point though. Gen Z is aging like milk. I look 33 already, and that's 13 years older than I am.
I
Uh,
don't know, 'cause why I've heard a different argument as well where
yeah.
people
People
online
used to look older back in the
back
day.
then and our generation looks younger than we've ever had
I
before. Like,
I think a lot of that has to do with like cultural things. Like they had different hairstyles that we associate now with older people. So maybe if they didn't have those hairstyles and that makeup stuff, we would judge it differently, but I don't know. It
I will say there's so many, especially young women that are just kicked up to the brim with makeup and everything. It does make them look older, I will say. It
okay.
does make them look a lot older, but
Here's the argument.
yeah.
Women put on makeup for other women, and men buy fancy cars for other men.
No, men buy cars to attract women. That's the reason.
It doesn't work. It
It
doesn't work.
does work.
It does
It
not.
a
It
hundred
does not
percent
work.
yes it
It does not
does.
work. No, 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 no. Women
Men
women
use
never come
cars
up
as
to
bait.
if an unattractive guy has a fancy car, women never come up to him and say, "I want to date you for that,
Yes,
for
they
your car."
do.
No.
They absolutely
No,
do,
you're
because they're
wrong. You're so
it's
wrong.
gold digging. That's exactly what it is. Yes,
Okay,
they do.
maybe if it's like some 45-year-old woman that's broke, but if it's like somebody your age and you have a nice car, she's not going to date you because you have a nice car. Women are
Women
picky.
do like women do like nice cars though. Yeah, they do. They 100% do. My girlfriend is nodding right next to
No.
me. Yeah,
Women like if
yeah.
you get them a nice car, but they're not going to like you if you have like a Corvette or something.
Well, yeah, because that's their dad's money and everything. For that was supposed to be their college funds, and instead they dropped out and they bought a Corvette. Yeah.
I mean, do you agree that men appreciate other men's cool cars more than women do?
Where's this conversation going?
Well, the point is that heavy
What's the
makeup
point?
heavy makeup is done for other women.
We were talking about makeup, and that turned into cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Um,
that's that.
I asked my girlfriend. I said, "Why is it that you like to wear makeup?" And she told me that it, she, she feels pretty when she wears makeup.
Yeah.
And she's asked me before, she's like, "What do you prefer? Do you like it when I have makeup on, or do you not like it when I have makeup on?" And for me, it's 50-50. I like both. There are times where I've mistaken, for her at least, that she either does have makeup on or she doesn't. There have been times where I just couldn't tell. And maybe it's the fact that I don't really pay attention to that all that much, but I don't know. I won't go into too much detail or anything in regards to that
See, I
because
don't have a girlfriend, so I can say whatever I want. I almost
I get
never prefer makeup. Ever. I almost never prefer makeup. So, especially like
there are
my
it
sisters wear
does
a lot of
irritate me,
makeup
I will say.
when they wear makeup. So it's very noticeable. Like when if they wear less makeup, it's like, okay, this is fine, but if they cake it on, it's like I don't
You can
and
tell
you
it's
see all these
excessive amount.
these girls on TikTok or whatever or YouTube, and they always have the really filled in eyebrows and the makeup that makes it look like their cheeks are more defined and whatever, and they show the before and the after. I always prefer the before. So,
Well, you know another thing too that I think is new is that they're having like their eyebrows tattooed on and
oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
The tattoo eyebrows.
Yeah, I would
I've
not
seen
do
a
that.
lot of. I don't get that. It's fine. Just accept it.
Yeah, I mean, women can do what they want with themselves, but that's it's a matter of preference, and my preference is I prefer less makeup to no makeup, generally. Anyway,
Yeah, I get that. That makes
Um,
sense.
this week, another thing we did was
Oh yeah, we did do that this week.
we got
Yeah, we did.
Minecraft
I
movie
didn't
meals.
I didn't watch the movie. I didn't care to watch it.
I watched the
So
movie.
was it? Oh yeah, you got to give us a review and everything after
Okay.
this, but
Yeah, we'll show off our
um
toys first, and then we'll talk about the
so this
movie.
is I actually wanted this toy
Yeah,
and I am glad that I got it.
he got it.
It is
He got the
the
big kahuna.
Grimace Minecraft
Oh,
egg.
it makes me so happy. I got this stupid cube. Look at that.
And then I also got you get this little card with it too, which is pretty cool. I actually do like that. You get a really cool like Pokemon trading card or something like that.
Yeah, I
I
think
can read
that's the
out the
best part
description
about
for you.
mine. Yeah, read the description.
So mine says, emerging from the depths of a purple shake, this magical grimace mob gets its shape from the most coveted egg of them all. So it's supposed to be in reference to I know you remember and everything, but it's in reference to, the Grimace shake, like Grimace's birthday and everything. I had that shake, by the way. It was actually good. I didn't die or anything, but I remember that whole trend where people were dying from the Grimace shake. It was so funny.
The
But I
grimace
actually
shake
like
was nasty. I don't know what you're going on about.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was good. I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
let you.
it could have been worse, but it was not. It was not worth taking more than 2 sips, in my opinion.
I drank it all. It was good.
Oh my gosh.
It was good. I liked it.
Oh.
I was.
I
I
mean,
don't know why.
you can
I
like what
actually
you
liked
want, but I think that stuff was kind of gross.
it. It was good. I liked it.
So, yeah, we got the meals.
I hope you bring it back.
Rate the meal. Rate the meal. Give us a rating on the meal.
So I got a Big Mac.
Yeah,
We went to the newest one that I told you about,
yeah,
and that one is actually pretty good, I would say.
yeah.
So I
We
would
have a
give
new
that.
McDonald's in our area, and it was pretty nice. But
We didn't have a new McDonald's, but it was actually one of the better ones here where we live at. It's one of the better ones, I would say.
so
I'd give
let's talk about what's in the meal. We got the Big Mac. We got a large fry and a large soft
large
drink.
Coke.
Yeah. He got a Coke. I got a Diet Dr Pepper because I hate the Diet Coke at McDonald's. Um, but overall, what would you rate the meal?
Oh, I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I
I
think
actually liked it.
I like Quarter Pounders better by quite a bit than Big
I
Macs.
li- I liked
Uh oh.
it.
Oh, okay. We're there. We go. I thought we were
Oh,
losing you.
gee.
Oh, maybe we are
Yeah,
losing you. We're lagging a little bit here. Let's see.
I should be fine.
Okay,
I
you're
can hear
back.
you.
You're back.
Oh, okay. Where'd you lose me at?
Uh oh, you're talking about Big Mac and how you might like it better than a what do you call it, Quarter Pounder.
Oh no, I like a quarter pounder better than a Big Mac, but
Oh,
the Big Mac I had was good.
yeah, it was good. I mean, I think it's too much bread. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, yeah, but I like bread.
I
I
like
like
the
bread
Quarter
though.
Pounder because it's a lot of good meat.
Yeah, but I like the bread. The bread is nice. The patties are too flat though, I will say, for the
Yeah,
Big Mac.
yeah.
They're flatter than the quarter pounder.
It'd be cooler if we had a like 2 Quarter Pounder patties in there. That'd be good.
Oh, who actually did that? They did like 4 patties. It was Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
It was it was crazy. It was bad for you though. Oh my God. I
Yeah,
remember
I think we
it
can
was
agree that the meal is bad for you.
well, of course it is, but I remember it I was I was taking a trip up to Northern California for a vacation and everything, and before we departed, my mom took us through a Jack in the Box drive-through, and I saw it. It was like a hamburger with 4 patties, and I was super hungry. And I'm like, Get me that. I want that. And I did not eat for the rest of the day
Oh
at
man.
all. It was so good. It was so bad for you, but it was so good at the same time.
Yeah.
It was I loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, never again.
Yeah,
Never again.
I don't think I ate much after we got the meal. I think that was pretty much it for the day. Cuz it's
Well,
a
you were having chili dogs later that night,
Oh,
so that
that's
was
right. Yes, I did. But oh man. That's right. Okay, but
yeah.
it's a big meal. It's like well over 1,000 calories, I think. And you can get either a Big Mac or 10-piece nuggets, which is what my sister got. And the nuggets are always the same, so that's not much of a conversation. But I think it was a 7 out of 10 meal.
Oh, all right, IGN
Okay,
reviewer. Jeez.
because it was like $15 for one meal.
Well, yeah, of course it was $15 for one meal.
I mean, that's a
Of
lot
course.
though.
Well, I mean, well,
It was
yeah, now
cool
it's gonna
because they
be.
did like all the branding and stuff. They had the
Well,
cool branded yellow box, and then they had the drink that had the bubbles on it from Minecraft, and they had the box with the toy, and you get the code for the game, and the code gives you a skin in Minecraft.
oh yeah,
That's
that was
cool.
another thing too. I should actually. I don't have Minecraft installed, but I should actually. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone real quick.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Grim.
yeah. Let's show them the skins. They're pretty cool. I mean, my skin is a lot less awesome than yours, I guess.
Mine had a lot more detail going into it. It looked like Patrick Star, but purple.
I know yours was fantastic, dude. We were laughing so hard.
Oh,
Oh,
when he was doing the emotes and everything, that was funny. I thought that was really funny. Let me see if I can find it.
okay. Dressing room.
For the viewers, we're loading up Minecraft real
Yeah,
quick on
yeah,
our
yeah,
phones so
yeah.
that way we can pull it up. But
Okay. So this is the skin I got.
oh, that's actually nice. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. He's got like a McDonald's tie on, and it's a Big Mac on his head. I forget what it's called.
And this is mine for the viewers.
Oh, dude, it's so glorious. What is mine called? Big Mac Crystal. So that's the Big Mac Crystal. And yours is what is it called? Grimace
Grimace
egg?
egg. That's what it's called. It's called
Grimace
the Grimace
egg.
egg. So
That's pretty I mean
I'm
it's pretty
pretty
good.
happy. I'm pretty happy about it. It makes me want to play Minecraft again.
I know, we got to play
So
Minecraft someday.
I have that. What do you call it? I have this, so it makes it a lot better to play Minecraft on the phone
Oh
now.
yeah,
But
that's right.
the controls feels nice. It feels perfect on with that. It does. But
They made an Xbox edition of that backbone now that has green see-through plastic.
oh,
And
that's
I
cool.
I think it has some extra Xbox functionality or something, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's cool. So yeah, Minecraft meal, pretty good overall. I think it's worth getting. And these
Yeah.
are
What was it? The Grimace egg is like $50 on
I
eBay
know
now.
they're going for crazy money on eBay, so I'm
I know.
keeping
By the
mine,
time
but
I'm keeping mine too.
yeah, you could probably go get the McDonald's meal, get the toy, sell the toy on eBay,
So that's
and
one
get another
item. So
McDonald's meal.
I should go back and see if I can get any more.
Yeah, it's an infinite food hack.
I should. I should go back and get a couple more, see if I can get all the toys, but
Yeah,
no, it's fine. I
the
don't
full
need them.
collections are going for buku bucks on eBay, dude.
That's good.
I know,
This is the one time the McDonald's toys are actually good.
I know. It's pretty solid. You got the best one, of course, but stupid
Well,
hamburger block
you
piece
both
of
got the
garbage.
hamburger.
Ah, I know. So
You
I
probably could have
saw.
asked for them to trade it.
I know. Let's see, dude. I saw the
Let me
Minecraft
guess.
movie.
She made you go watch it. Your sister made you go watch it.
My brother did.
Oh, your brother.
He said I
Wow.
want to watch it, so we watched it. And my biggest gripe was that the tickets cost $40 for the two of us. which is insane.
Jeez.
And we got two ices and a popcorn, and that was also $40. So it was $80 for us to go see this movie
You didn't.
together.
Where'd you go? Did you go to? Oh, I'm
Yeah, we went
sorry.
to
I should.
Galaxy. I think we can say
Okay.
that. I think they have galaxies all across the US.
Yeah, there's a lot in California. They have some in Nevada.
Yeah.
So
So,
really, they don't care really all that. You can sneak in food and drinks. I do that all the time,
well, but we
and I
wanted
get
the
away with
icy
it.
and the popcorn. It was good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Uh,
So, but it was expensive. So,
I'd sneak
um,
in like a pack of Skittles or something like that. I'm a sucker for Skittles.
yeah.
I'll take that.
I thought the movie was going
Not
to be
that nerd
terrible.
throw after I found out about that food stuff, but
I thought the movie was going to be absolutely awful. It wasn't. It was okay. At the very least, the Minecraft movie is worth watching. It is
okay.
worth watching. It's worth going to the theater and watching. Um,
I heard, what was it, online? I was looking in the comments for a lot of the movie clips that I saw,
yeah.
and it was like people just, it had that yelling emoji with the fire emoji afterwards, like Flint and
Oh
Steel,
yeah, Flint and
Ender
Steel,
Pearl.
dude. There was a lot of laughing going on throughout the movie. It was worth watching. It's like a 7 out of 10 movie. The animation bugs you for like the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then after that, it's like, okay, I can get used to this. It's fine. Um,
Who's in the movie? Is Dan TDM in the movie? Is
yes.
Mumbo Jumbo in the movie?
No, I don't think
Technoblade
so.
is.
Yes.
I know the pig is in there.
Yes. I think Lizzie is LD Shadow Lady. I think
Yeah.
she's in it. Uh, there were probably some more that I didn't recognize, but Jack Black and Aquaman were the best characters in the movie. They were pretty funny. And they had like a bromance going on throughout the movie, so it was kind of awkward but pretty funny. Like at one point they shoved their heads in between each other's legs to fit through a tight hole, so that was interesting
Interesting.
and but it was funny. So yeah. I I thought some of the action scenes were pretty cool, kind of epic. I mean, there are a lot of things in this movie that did not match with the game, but that's to
Yeah.
be expected. So I'd say at the very least, it's worth watching. It's worth going to the movie theater and seeing what's up. And a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people didn't. I thought it was something that I
What was
might
the
watch again.
what was the plot? Was it similar to Jumanji, like the new
No,
era of Jumanji?
um, yeah, we're past the point of spoilers and voice cracks, so I would say okay, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like Jumanji, but not. I mean, it's not so much like Jumanji that you're like, oh, this is just a Jumanji ripoff. It's more like, okay, this is unique enough that it's worth watching over Jumanji. So it's that sort of thing. But
Okay.
there's not much plot. Like the plot is pretty basic.
Is the Ender
Um,
Dragon in it, or
no,
is
none. Like the
really?
only thing that has to do with the end that's in this is there is an Enderman in the movie. That's pretty much it. There's no wither. There's no wither skeletons. It's just piglins, ghasts, and
I
uh, overworld mobs. I don't
I
even
I
know.
can't. I know I can't criticize or
Yeah,
anything because I haven't watched the movie, but to me at least, this is something that just on a surface value, and I'm just judging this based off of the clips that I've seen online and just the initial impressions from the
yeah,
trailers. I just think that this style, especially when it comes to Minecraft in a movie,
yeah.
it just doesn't work, to me at least. because and I'm going back to Minecraft story mode essentially, where it's like a mini series. It's a mini interactive series where the choices you make have an influence on the overall story and outcome. Now,
Okay,
part
here's
of
the
me
thing. Here's the
want
thing. I don't think
well,
that this specific plot and this cast of characters would have done well in an animated style. It wouldn't have
no, I
made
don't
any
think that.
sense.
I feel like though the Minecraft movie would have been a lot more, how would you say it? I probably would have wanted to watch it more if they took or followed the same footsteps that they do with like their trailers
Yeah,
for DLC for
yeah.
like, the new updates and
Like the
everything.
element
Or
animation ones. And
yeah, or follow the same footsteps that Minecraft Story Mode did. Like I thought Minecraft Story Mode did a really good job with like their animation and for their form of storytelling
yeah,
especially. And it it just felt like Minecraft when I was playing the game and everything, it felt like Minecraft. Looking at this, it kind of looks like Minecraft, but I just can't really just I don't know why. I'm just not all that interested in it. The marketing that they have going on for it I think is great, obviously because of the McDonald's stuff and everything, but
yeah.
I just can't really I'm gonna give the movie a chance. I'm gonna wait until it officially comes out to like it's probably gonna come out onto like Tubi or
Yeah.
some other free streaming platform service or whatever. I'll give it a watch because
Yeah.
I think it's important to be fair and everything. But to me, at least, this just, in my eyes, it just doesn't work. At least in terms of for a video game movie, I feel like if you're gonna make a movie about Minecraft, it needs to be in an animated art style. That's what I think, at least. I don't know. I may be wrong, and I probably am wrong because I haven't seen the movie or anything. And I
Uh,
mean, judging off of what you said, it seems like you've enjoyed it a whole lot, and I'm glad that you did enjoy it. I think that's great. More power to you. But for me, at least,
it was an enjoyable bad movie. I'm just going to
it was.
preface that. It was an enjoyable bad movie. Like it was a
Did
fun
you like this?
time. It was worth
Did you
watching.
like this more than
But
the FNAF movie?
what's that?
Did you like this more than the FNAF
No.
movie?
No, no.
You liked the FNAF movie more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But this was a different tone completely. Like this is not like the FNAF movie at all. It's more like kind of like, I mean, it's more like the Sonic movies. I think it's even more like comedic than the Sonic movies. This is meant to be like, it's just a meme. This whole movie's a meme basically.
Okay.
And all the lines like flint and steel and what's the other, chicken jockey, all these lines, you listen to them in the movies and you can tell that they're just their kind of like, it's a joke and they know it's a joke, that sort of thing.
Okay, like they're self-aware of it. They're
Yeah,
they're aware that, oh, okay, yeah, okay. I see what you mean.
yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't when I was thinking of like a Minecraft movie because I know that years ago they said, yeah, we're planning on making a movie and everything. I was really thinking they were going to take like the animated
Yeah, like
uh
animated Steve and all his
art
friends versus the
style.
Ender Dragon, that sort of thing.
I really thought they were going to do something like
Yeah,
that. I thought they were going to follow the same format
yeah,
as Minecraft Story Mode, but except you could just sit back and relax and watch it. That's what I thought that they were going to do. And then until I found out that it was going to be live action, I was thinking to myself, okay,
yeah.
how are they going to do that exactly?
Right.
How? Because it just, to me at least, here's the thing. Minecraft is a pixelated video game.
Yeah,
It's a block by block video game, pun intended. Whereas if you look to other video game genre or video games out there and their style of gameplay and genres like Uncharted, Tomb Raider, um, Spider-Man, of course, because they have their own video game movies.
right.
Uh, Even the Fallout series, like they, of course, with their genre and their storytelling, they take and I understand this is probably why they decided to take that creative choice and why they're aware of it. Like they're self-aware that it's kind of like, yeah, it's like a B movie.
Yeah, it's kind
It's
of
like the
goofy, but it's fun and it's worth, it's worth a watch. And
yeah,
there are some
for the
serious scenes where you have like there at the end there's a big battle and it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool battle. And this is where the animation shines for the first time in the movie. Um, when you get to that fight scene, it's like, okay, this animation's not as bad as I thought it was.
I just think it's difficult
Yeah,
for a movie like this to do well in this
right.
for live action, especially because for the other
Well,
video
it's going to
games that
do
I
well.
mentioned, I know, but for the other video games that I mentioned,
Yeah,
it seems to like it's a lot easier for them to do it in live action
sure.
rather than
Like the
animation.
FNAF
Like
movie and the Sonic movie, it makes more sense, I
it
think.
makes more sense for why it would be live action.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, it's basically real life at that point. But whereas Minecraft, it's not. You can try, but it's going to be difficult to do and pull
yeah,
off, I would think. But
yeah,
that's my point, and for me at least, that's I'll watch it,
yeah. It's
but
a good excuse to get some popcorn and go see a movie with a friend. I think it's probably the best excuse since the FNAF movie. Because
yeah,
I
but the
don't think,
FNAF movie was a really
yeah,
good reason. I had a good
yeah,
reason to watch the FNAF movie because
right,
we were waiting for this for years, ever since it
yeah,
got announced all the way back in like 2014, 2015, since
right,
Scott Cathcart put out his first video game
yeah,
on the FNAF franchise. Like we were rooting for the guy since the beginning because he at least started from scratch for as a solo game developer who wanted to raise money for like college funds for his children and everything. And now look where he is now.
yeah,
Like it paid off for him real well. I don't know. I and we had kind of like a good motivation to watch the FNAF movie because we were thinking, okay, what if to me at least it's clear that it's in a separate universe than than the FNAF timeline, but if you put them in line with one another, you could probably see a couple of parallels and make and come to your own conclusions
mm-hmm,
about the main timeline with the video games.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
but I,
This is
I'll
more
watch the
like
Minecraft movie.
a general movie for all audiences sort of thing. But speaking of the FNAF movie, this is a good transition. Did
I
you
know,
see
yeah,
this?
I did. The official teaser, yes, I
Yeah,
did. I watched.
I might
It was
I might
good.
play it in the background. Yes. Um,
Yeah,
I am
great. I
excited
thought it was good.
for this. I think it looks pretty good. I like the first FNAF movie. Here's what I'm hoping will be in this one. More horror. And we already talked about this, you and I, a little bit when we went to McDonald's. um, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It looks like the animatronics are going to people's houses to terrorize them. So that could be interesting, but we definitely want to see a little bit more horror out of this movie. Because the first one was it was kind of silly. It was more story driven than anything. Um, I don't know what else would you have to say about it. The first movie.
Well, I liked the first movie a whole lot. I will say that.
Yeah, I did too. Um, I'm
I
just
will
hoping this
say
one's even better.
the only my only concern is that they started filming, I believe, back in October of 2024.
Yeah,
So
timeline is short.
yeah, my only concern is that it doesn't feel as rushed as the first one because here's the thing, Logan. They started filming the first movie back in I think February of 23 and it came out in November or October of 23. So not that much time to really, work out the logistics in terms of the plot. I'm just going to be honest with you, the plot kind of sucked. It was cool, but you could, the second you approached it from a logical standpoint, you could easily pull the story apart, and you would think to yourself, okay, wait, this doesn't add up, right? How
Yeah, it
is,
definitely could have been better.
like, wait a minute, the scene before you were just mad at her, at him. Now you're not. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It didn't add up right or anything.
Yeah, there were
So
some confusing plot points for sure.
there was a little bit of a confusion, and I hope they iron that out, and I'm sure that they will.
Yeah,
It seems like they are given a little bit more time to work on this movie, and
hopefully.
I would certainly hope so because they made a crap load of money off of the first one. It was like a $20 million budget off of the first one, and they made like 400 million off of
Uh-huh.
it.
Uh-huh.
So it was a commercial success.
Yes.
But I really hope that this one doesn't feel as rushed as the first one.
Right.
I want to see some horror. I want horror. I want more, please.
Right.
It would be really cool if we got a little bit more of it.
Yes.
If and Markiplier needs to make an appearance
I
in this
know.
movie, and
You
if he
said,
doesn't, we riot.
yeah, or we
He needs
riot.
to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be in this movie. He needs to.
Right.
He is one of the big faces, one of the few people that actually made FNAF popular, along with Matt Pat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's got
it
to
would
make
be
an
nice to
appearance.
see both of them in the movie, but I don't know. I don't know what Matt Pat's plans are now.
I want
He's
Scott Cawthon
retired,
to
so
make an appearance too. I really would like to see Scott Cawthon make an appearance in the movie.
yeah.
I think that'd be nice because he would be basically the Stan Lee of the FNAF universe. I
Yeah.
think that would be really funny if he did actually, if he did show up just for a scene or two. I think they should do that. I don't know why they, maybe they will, because from what I know, aren't they supposed to make like 3 movies? I think
Yeah,
wasn't that the
I
deal?
think at
If the
least the
first one did
guys
well,
yeah, Shaggy
if
signed on for 3 movies, I think. So,
Matthew Lillard did a really good job, I will say. I
yeah, I
liked his
do like
character.
Matthew Lillard.
It was that was a perfect casting. I don't care what anybody says. I thought he played that character perfectly.
Yeah.
I thought it was great that all of the actors in that movie loved the FNAF movies too.
Right.
Like they understood the characters and they played. I thought they played him really well. The personalities, the way they interacted with one another. I thought it was great.
Ooh,
But I really, I know, the Mangler.
the
Are we
Mangle,
gonna
yeah.
see? Yeah,
They
are we gonna see her get like ran over or crushed by a car or
I
something?
know. That'd be kind of funny.
That'd
But
be
the
pretty cool.
animatronics look really good, I think.
I think, yeah, these ones, the toy animatronics, I think they did a really good job here. I think the reason why so many people are drawn to the FNAF movie, especially as you're laughing,
Look at
is
that.
they don't rely on off of animated effects or anything like that, visual effects. They just use real life props and everything to. That's why it looks so good.
Yeah.
That's what they did. Like that, when Doku made an appearance on the FNAF 1 movie set,
Yeah.
um, the those were that was pretty good for the
These look
animatronics that they
even
had.
better.
They look good. They look
Yeah.
really good.
Very game
I
accurate.
I love the art style that they're going with, especially they captured it perfectly with the
Yeah.
toys and everything.
Dude, do you see this cupcake in the background?
How many views are we at? We're at 600. We're at 600,000 likes. How many views are we at now? 10
Oh,
million.
10
Yeah,
million
that's pretty
views.
good.
That's
Well, this is
insane.
the
This is
teaser.
just a
So when the
teaser.
official when the official trailer comes out, it's gonna be like 40 million or something.
I
It'll be
know.
great.
Dude, but this cupcake, look at that thing. It's so derpy. Oh man.
But
There
you know
I
what's
think it's going to be a
interesting?
great movie, especially if they can get more horror elements. It's going to be really good.
I, I wonder. It's gonna be interesting to see the toy animatronics outside. This is new.
Yeah, I
This is
know.
crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before. I wonder. It
Yeah, it
makes me
does look
wonder.
like he is outside, huh?
In a few years after this movie comes out, are they gonna do like Fazbear Frights, like the carnival place or whatever from FNAF 3? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that'd be
say this.
cool.
I love FNAF 3. I don't care what anybody says. I enjoyed FNAF
I know,
3.
I
I
love
like
FNAF 3.
I don't care what anybody says. I enjoyed FNAF 3. I
It's one
thought
of the
FNAF 3
coolest looking FNAF games.
the
And the
it
game mechanics aren't that bad either. Like everybody complains about the game mechanics, and I don't
yeah,
think it's
but
that bad.
you have to mix it up. You can't follow the same format like the last two games. You just can't. I'm sorry. You gotta
Yeah,
switch things up.
right.
If you followed it the exact same way from the last two installments, then it's just gonna feel bland. So he had to change it up a little bit in order to, set it apart from the other installments. I mean, it's my favorite game in the franchise, and I think part of that is because of the lore that surrounds it. With all the with five children and everything,
Right.
you get two endings, of course. I don't even think we know what the actual canon ending is. I don't. I think the canon ending is the souls are not saved, of course,
Yeah.
because if the souls were saved, the lights would be out on the animatronic heads. The lights are on when they're not saved, or
Do
something like. I
you
may be
do
wrong.
do you remember the FNAF 3 music? Because
I
FNAF,
do.
it had
At the end,
amazing music. If they put
the
that
two
into the movie, it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Well, what was it? I saw a comment. I don't know if it's on this video, but I saw a comment where they were saying the FNAF 2 like official song by what was that? What's that YouTube channel that made like the FNAF music and everything? What was it called again?
Oh,
Who
I
was
think it
that?
starts with a J, doesn't it? I don't
Something.
remember.
Let me see if I can find it. But
Okay.
it was like the official FNAF 2 like music. Let me see. Oh, The Living Tombstone.
Oh, I was thinking of a different one then.
Yeah, people want this to. Let me pause it because I don't want to get copy striked.
Yeah.
Um, it's been so long. This is a good song, by the way. This is definitely worth a listen. And son dies, mother. I'm gonna drop the hardest track of this decade.
Oh. I know which one you're
People
talking
are
about. It's been so long, yeah.
yeah, people want this to be like.
Yes, of
I'm
course,
sure
of
they're gonna
course,
do
of
that.
course.
I'm almost certain they're gonna do that for the movie.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be
because
really cool.
they did the FNAF 1 song
Yes.
at the end, and that was perfect. I thought they did such that was great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. To hear the FNAF 1 song at the end of the movie, that was the cherry on top of the cake, dude. Uh,
The you know I know we talked about this before, but the part where Matthew Lillard puts on the helmet and he's like, "I always come back." That was our end game moment. That was our end game moment.
yeah.
Even though we had our own end game and everything, but
I
that was
know.
great. I That was the best scene in the entire. I remember our theater was like up and like
Whoa! Yeah.
yeah, we were all cheering
People
and
were
everything. It
going
was great.
crazy, yeah.
That was great. It
That
was
was an
so good.
awesome. Yeah.
It was good.
That movie was pretty great. I mean, the Minecraft movie doesn't
I can go
doesn't
back.
stack up to that, but it's like,
I'm gonna before I go to bed. I'm watching that movie again tonight. I need
oh
to
man.
watch it. It
Yeah.
was so good. They did such a good
Yeah.
job.
And
They
Matt
did.
Pat, dude. Do you remember what the theater did when Matt Pat showed up?
It was great. It was great.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was. You know, when you put that in contrast with like the Sonic movie, because I remember when I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I didn't want to see that movie, by the way. I was kind of forced to, but um,
I think most people like that movie, don't they?
I I didn't mind it. I
Yeah.
thought it was a good movie. I thought the Sonic movies were actually good. I gotta watch the third, but um, I feel like the collaborations for that movie for Sonic 2, I just didn't think they were as good as this. I don't know because it had Preston Plays in the movie, and
Hmm.
Preston Plays is of course his channel is mainly catered towards a younger audience, and I mean to be fair, Matt Pat and some of the other YouTube channels were catered towards a younger audience to begin with, but they understood that as we got older, they adapted to us
Yeah.
for and that's what made it so great, and that's
Yeah.
why we still have memories over it and everything. Like Dan TDM said it himself perfectly. Like you guys aren't kids anymore. You're all grown up and everything, and my content has evolved, and I started to make changes to how I edit and do my formats for my videos,
Kind
and
of makes me wonder if kids nowadays are aware of who he is, even. It's kind of
Well,
sad to think about.
he still racks in millions of views
Oh yeah,
every single month. He's still
he's pretty
popular. He's
relevant
great.
still. Yeah.
He's good. He's on the scene, and Mumbo Jumbo, all those guys, Viva Dash, all of them, they're great. They're all great. For they've adapted to their audiences well over, like they created, like they didn't chase a trend or anything. They set their own trend,
Right.
and that's what made people just stick with them for over 10 years. Now, I will say for Stampy Longnose, Stampy Longnose is a bit of an exception, I would say to some extent. He understood that his audience was growing up, and he knew like what his purpose was on the YouTube platform, where he just needed to stay at his current level of making content for children, and he had no problem with that. He was already satisfied with the work that he had done, and he even said it himself in a couple of his videos that, like, yeah, I understand my audience has gotten older, and I just decided to just stick with the current video formatting that I have, and it just works. I've made a lot of parents happy, and yeah. Anyways, I'll stop yapping about that and everything. I thought I'd put that out there, but
Yeah.
I I see that, speaking of movies, TV shows, and everything, Dan Povenmire has, I guess, finally decided to get out of bed, and oh
I
no,
know.
not get out of bed, but he's now come out and he's given us
Get out
a
of
new look
bed, you lazy. Yeah, so we got a trailer for
I gotta watch
Phineas and
this.
Ferb.
I need to see this because
Yes.
this for the audio listeners and the viewers, I will put links in the description for the videos that you guys are seeing. That way, you can enjoy the audio and listen to it. But
Yeah.
I think we're getting two new seasons. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what Dan
At
Povenmire
least
said.
one.
He said this a couple years back. I'm pretty sure it was two seasons that we're getting, which is crazy in today's world. I will say,
Yeah.
getting a new Phineas and Ferb season, that is.
It's amazing. I mean, I hope that it doesn't ruin what's already, you know, existed for the last, how I don't know, however many years it's been. It's been over a decade since we got a Phineas and Ferb episode, right?
They stopped since like what, 2012, I think. New season,
New
June 5th.
season.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of June 5th, Nintendo Switch 2, and then that's the
Oh
day
yeah.
before my
Isn't
birthday.
that crazy? Yeah, that's right here. I've got that.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Yeah, but well,
But
go back, hit the go back button. Yeah. Um, but I think it's great that we're getting more Phineas and Ferb.
we're getting
I
Phineas and Ferb in high definition, baby.
Well, it was kind of already high
Yeah.
definition to begin with, I
In
would say.
4K. Yeah.
I think I wonder what motivated Povenmire to come back to this franchise, and
Money.
because
Money. Money.
well,
Money.
that's the first thing, because I'm almost certain Bob
Yeah.
Iger went up to him and it was like, I want you to do more Phineas and Ferb, please. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain, because after what, how many seasons of Phineas and Ferb was there? Like 6 or 7
Yeah, I
seasons or
think it
something
was
like
either
that?
6 or 7.
There was a lot of seasons of Phineas and Ferb.
Right.
And I'm almost certain that, if you're doing that franchise for such a long time, especially for that many seasons, you're going to experience some burnout.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good idea for them to take a long, long break from that franchise,
Yeah.
and
Well, and they've done a few things in between this show
they did
and the new season that's going to be coming out. They did
Handsome and Gretel. I think that's what it was.
yeah, something like that. They did
Whatever it's
Milo
called.
Murphy's Law. That was a good. That
Yeah,
was a pretty good show.
that I think that's part of this universe, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I
they
think
had
it is.
Phineas and Ferb in a couple episodes and Doofenshmirtz. Um, Also, they did a Candace Against the Universe movie, which was pretty good. So I assume,
I gotta see that. I still haven't watched it.
yeah, it's worth watching. It's not as good as the original Phineas and Ferb movie, of course, but
Second Dimension is a masterpiece. I don't care what anybody
yeah,
says. It's a masterpiece.
that's a really solid movie. Uh, But I bet that's what gave them the green light. Was I'm sure Candace Against the Universe did well despite it being released, I think, during the pandemic. So I'm excited. I'm excited for a new season of Phineas and Ferb. It was our childhood. It
Oh,
was
we grew up on this stuff. We loved
yeah.
it. This was our SpongeBob to begin with.
Well, and if you watch it now, so much of what they say is so clever. Their vocabulary is not something that, is for most children. You're not going to understand a lot of the jokes until you're older. So even rewatching a lot of the older seasons, uh,
It makes you laugh a
it
whole
makes you
bunch.
laugh. Yeah, because a lot more of the jokes land, and new jokes that you'd never heard or realized were jokes you know are funny now. So if they can hold on to some of that magic and deliver on another great season, we'll be happy to watch it, and hopefully we can get even more after that are of the same quality.
Well, I'm sure you've what was it? I'm sure you've heard of this from Povenmire himself, but he said that for Phineas and Ferb at least, it has two plots. You have the A plot and the B plot. The A plot is actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus, and the B plot is actually Phineas and Ferb. Like the majority of the episode, I think, is actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the
Wouldn't
Platypus. And
surprise me.
going back and watching the series with that mindset, yeah, a lot of it is seeing Dr. Doofenshmirtz evolve as a character and interacting with Perry
Nemesis.
the Platypus. Yeah, with Sergeant Nemesis Perry the Platypus. And it's just
I mean, there are kind
it,
of three plots going because you have Candace as well, and she kind of goes off and
yeah,
does her own thing a lot of the time
Candace
too.
I
So
would say is Candace I would say is like the subplot
yeah,
of
yeah,
the B plot.
that's true. Yeah,
And she, you know, you see that in almost every single episode. She wants to bust her brothers, and you you start rooting for
I
Candace
know.
at that. You're like,
She's like,
man, I really
she's
hope she
a very
eventually does.
annoying character, but they make you root for her because she
You feel
fails so
sorry
much.
for her. You feel
Yeah,
so bad for her and
I know.
everything. You want her to do well, and yeah, it.
Yeah. So there are a lot of emotions going into this. Obviously, a little bit of skepticism. Um,
I have faith. I know Povenmire would do a really. He's done. Look,
okay,
this man has
Povenmire
done like
does okay by himself, but I think Swampy adds just that extra little touch. Don't you think?
I would say so. Yeah.
Because I think he did the Hansel and Gretel one or whatever it is by himself. Povenmire did, and honestly, that one it it
It
it
kind of
wasn't
missed.
as good as Phineas and Ferb and Milo Murphy's Law. I thought Milo Murphy's Law was almost as good. It wasn't
It's
as
not
good
as
of a
iconic.
premise, I don't think.
It's not as iconic as Phineas and Ferb. I
You know
will
what?
say
I want to see
that was
Milo Murphy
there
in
was
this series though, because he's a pretty good character, and he's voiced by Weird Al Yankovic, so that's another cool thing.
uh well, this was lightning captured in a bottle.
Yes.
I will say it's
Yeah.
hard to capture it twice.
Right.
So well, they captured it 6 times, so it makes me want however many seasons there are. If they can capture it again, I'm sure they can,
Yeah.
because for some of the most iconic SpongeBob episodes were done by Dan Povenmire. Like you
Right.
had the Fry Cook games. You also had what was it? There was another one too that man, I'm forgetting the names of them, but Fry Cook Games comes to mind. That was like one of the most unique SpongeBob episodes that we had. I think he did the the clam and the peanut episode. I'm pretty sure he did that one too.
Yeah.
I think I may be wrong, but he did a couple of episodes on SpongeBob, and that eventually, based off of the success of those episodes, that actually spawned uh if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I think that is actually what led him to work on Phineas and Ferb. I probably am wrong, but I think some of his work gave him a bunch of credibility to, kickstart Phineas and Ferb. I'm sure he
Yeah.
was already working on it and storyboarding it before, but I don't know. He does such a good job with this type of art and animation and storytelling. And I know, like you said, what's the other guy's name? I'm sorry.
Swampy, Jeff Swampy Marsh.
Swampy. I think Swampy does a good job too. I think he does.
Yeah.
I really do.
I
I think
think
both of them.
they're a good duo,
They're the
especially.
what is it? They're basically the equivalent to Dave Filoni's Star Wars franchise, I would say. It's for Clone Wars and all that.
Yeah.
I thought that was still crazy that they had 6 seasons worth of Star Wars, seven, of course,
Yeah. Plus Bad
where
Batch, plus. They have a lot.
where Anakin did not meet General Grievous at all, just to keep up with that continuity
Yeah.
for Episode 3. I thought
Right.
that was
They
great.
worked
I,
around that restriction, and they did
that
it
must have been
successfully.
so difficult for them to do,
Yeah.
because yeah,
There were a lot of close calls too, so it's kind of funny.
there were a lot of close calls. Yeah, even playing the Lego games, you they don't interact at all.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta scoot. We gotta move on. We're an hour in.
I
Uh,
know. So speaking of June 5th, because of Phineas and
yes.
Ferb and everything, the Nintendo Switch 2 is also coming out during this time. And
Right.
that is the day before. I wish it came out on my birthday. I really do. If it was on June 6th, that would have been real nice to see. But I did the registration on Nintendo's website to have the potential to actually pre-purchase one. I
Oh.
am that stupid. Yes, I'm buying one. I don't
Okay.
care.
Okay.
I will be buying myself a Nintendo Switch 2.
Interesting. All right. I'll
I
be
think
happy to
if
see that.
if I can get my hands on it,
Yeah.
then I'll probably buy it and I'll play it. And part of that reason is because I'm interested in a lot of the third and first party titles that are coming alongside of
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
Now, I am no proponent, and I mean this, and this was the biggest controversy surrounding the Switch 2 reveal and the games surrounding it. $80 digital games and $90 physical games
Yeah.
for a little tiny SD
Okay, the
cartridge. You're
physical game is a rumor. I don't know that we have confirmation on that. So
oh, but
$90 maybe. We're not entirely sure about that yet. But
okay, so I
$80,
thought it was official. I
yeah.
was wrong then.
Well, and then they
But
also said for like all the digital games, the pricing is not going to be the same. It's going to vary based on the quality of the game or something, but
yeah,
yeah, like you said, okay, the game that we have pricing on is Mario Kart World, which is the new Mario Kart game that's going to be on the Switch 2. And it's of course exclusive to the Switch 2. My thinking is this had better be the best Mario Kart game by a mile because Mario Kart 8 that was on
I
Wii U,
loved
wasn't
Mario
it?
Kart 8. It was. I loved
Okay.
Mario Kart 8. I loved playing like all the DLC maps that came out afterwards on the Switch. I bought the racing pass for it. I paid like $20 for that.
Yeah.
Best money well spent. I
It's a
loved
good
playing that.
game, but it is not one of the best games that's ever come out.
No, absolutely
And
not.
of course,
No.
you've had tons of way better games that have come out for much less money than Mario Kart 8 still sells for. So,
It's still $60, I
yeah,
think.
yes,
Nintendo hates, and I mean it, they hate
price
putting
drops.
their products on sale.
Yeah,
They hate it because they have, and truth be told, they are, for at least for the most part, with their first party titles, excluding Pokemon with the disaster that was of that franchise,
yeah,
especially on the Switch. Um, for their first party titles, they are good at optimizing the games for the Switch. They are great at it.
yeah. They do a
And
pretty good
I
job.
feel like it is worth spending $60 for that experience because you
Yes.
don't really get any microtransactions. You don't get any additional DLC or content. There are some exceptions, of course,
There's
like
more of
Breath
a
of the
quality
Wild and the
guarantee, is what
DLC.
you're saying, with
Yes,
first party Switch games. Yeah,
and that's why, for the most part, they don't really have game sales, I would say. I really hope that we do get more and I'm sure we're going to get more third party titles for the Switch. I'm
yeah,
almost certain because I would like to play Cyberpunk on the Switch. Now, from what I've heard, at least, it's going to be 30 FPS on like
40.
the high quality.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well,
you're right.
for
40 on
40.
the lower quality version and 30 on the higher quality version. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking, man, it would have been nice to see if they actually got 60 FPS, but
Yeah.
for what they got going, it's fine. It's worth it. I think what they have here, I think it's great. So
Yeah.
seeing Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and I played that. I played a little bit of it. I put like 15, 20 hours into it. I didn't beat the game. I need to. I got a lot of games catalogs that are just completely put on the back end, but
Yeah.
I need to play. I got to go back and play some of those games. And my girlfriend was telling me, "Well, play Cyberpunk. You got to finish
Uh-huh.
it. Finish Cyberpunk."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, I should finish Cyberpunk." And then I was playing it, and like I got bored easily because I've already beaten the game like 3 times already, and the
Yeah.
DLC came out for it, and I got to play the DLC.
Yeah.
I need to. I have to. I should. But I need to motivate myself to.
Mm-hmm.
And but I think for
I think
for
$450 is the right price for the
well,
console.
I guess that I said at best it's going to be
Yes.
450. That's what I said. At best it's going to be 450. At worst 600.
Yeah. That I think 600's far like way far and away too much, but I think 450 is about, it might be $50 more than I hoped it would be, but it's pretty much what I expected. Um, but to me, this seems like a money extraction unit with those game prices and with the extra price on top of the regular Switch. Like it's $150 more still than the regular Switch. That is that is just a money extraction tool. They're going to use that as much as they can to get as much money as they can from
Well,
their
you got to
fan base.
understand. Well, you need to understand this as well, of course. A lot of, game publishers and, how would you say it? The people that develop the consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, and even Nintendo, they sell their consoles at a profit loss.
Yeah,
And as manufacturing continues over the years, it becomes cheaper to make and they eventually make their money back. That's usually how they do it. That like
that's how
the
they've done it in the
PS4,
past. I
that's
don't
how
know if
they
that's
done
how
it.
they still do it. And I'm not sure that they sold the Switch at a profit loss.
I feel like they did.
Even if they did, they made their money back just in selling Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I will say Nintendo is notorious for nickel and diming accessories. It's real
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
They've been doing that for years, though. They've been doing that far before the
of
Switch,
course.
and they've done that with the Wii. They've done that with the GameCube. Heck, even probably the N64 as well. I can imagine.
Yeah,
Like nobody had 3 arms back then
yeah.
with that
I know the
controller.
weird controller, dude.
No, nobody had 3 arms. Nobody. That's the weirdest thing Nintendo ever did.
Did you see the game chat feature? It looked kind of like Discord. I mean,
It did.
it's on my
I
screen right now, but
Well, I appreciate Nintendo actually showing footage of the game chat, like the real
yeah,
footage.
it
It
was
was
real
like
footage, but it
where it
looked
was like
awful, dude.
I know, but I applaud them for being honest about that.
Yeah, that's I guess that's good. But I mean, I kind of expect a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Especially like for the price point and you have to pay for online, Switch Online, and you have to pay for the camera accessory.
Yeah, but
Uh
I'm not gonna pay. The only time I would pay for Switch Online
yeah,
is if Call of Duty,
that's fair.
like
Yeah.
if Black Ops 7 or the next ongoing Call of Duty titles come to the Nintendo Switch. Okay, we have the hardware now. It is I'm almost 90%. Microsoft wanted to bring COD to the Switch. This is
Yeah.
their opportunity. It's
Yeah.
going to come out. Mark
Honestly,
my
I'm
word.
kind of surprised that I didn't see Xbox showcase anything at the Switch event here, the live stream.
They signed a contract. They signed a 10-year deal to bring COD to the Switch.
Oh, did they
So
really?
they did. Yeah, they signed
Oh,
one
interesting.
during the whole. Well, that was during the time when Microsoft was acquiring Activision.
Yeah,
There is an Activision game on here, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
that's true. I did see that.
That was the
That was the only one, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the only one from what I know.
Yeah.
And Activision has brought a couple of their games to the Switch, if I'm not mistaken. I can't name them, but I'm almost certain they have before.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. How far are we? Okay, so we have 15 minutes to get through a couple extra things. Any last thoughts on the Switch 2 before we move on?
Well, the only thing is, I kind of wish that it was an OLED screen and not an
Yeah.
LCD. And Linus Tech Tips said it best. He's like, "Great, now I have to buy two Nintendo Switches again." I feel like they had to do an LCD screen for the sake of having it at a $450 price point, because if they
Probably.
did an OLED, it would probably be like 500 to 550.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they had to do.
Yeah.
So in 2 years, I'll buy the OLED. Two
pass
or
on
four
the
years.
pass on the LCD, of course. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the LCD screen seems to be a little bit more vibrant this time around.
Yeah, it
So
it does look better, and of course it's 1080p, which is nice instead of 720. So,
yeah, but
the next thing I have to talk about, this is just really quick. Like, I just thought this was interesting, and actually, the thing after this has more to do with what we were just talking about. But I just wanted to inject this.
Jurassic Park moment.
Yes, this is a serious Jurassic Park moment here. We've got some people in Texas, some
I wonder what the comments say. Is Malcolm? I wonder if there's a Malcolm quote. Yeah, well,
Jurassic Park. Uh,
your scientists were probably so caught up wondering if they should.
they got these little puppies, and they're like, it's like how they took the DNA from the frogs and whatever in Jurassic Park, and then they made the dinosaurs. This is basically the same thing.
How did they
Um,
do it this time around? Did they use frogs?
no, they're wolves, so they used um, like gray wolf DNA, and they spliced it together with, or they edited the gray wolf DNA to be more like the DNA samples that they collected from 13,000-year-old specimens of these dire wolf. Um, so
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they just didn't stop to think if they should.
yeah. So
I
I
I
thought it was
wonder if they actually
interesting.
thought of that.
13,000 years ago, these animals existed, and now they're kind of back in some capacity. Of course, they're not. I don't think they're 100% the same. Like, I don't. I think it's the same as Jurassic Park, but kind of interesting to see that we might be able to do stuff like this now.
Yeah, but you're now bringing something that was naturally selected back into a modern day environment.
Yeah,
I I don't know.
there might be some moral questions to be
I
considered.
think there's a little bit of some type of moral ambiguity there. I
Yeah,
really do.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, so and I think the comments agree as well. But they see this is a good like starting point. People see these cute little puppies and they're like, "Oh, it's so cute. We're good. How could these cause any problems?" That sort of thing. It's not a
Yeah,
dinosaur.
yeah. That's not the thing. The
I
problem
know.
isn't the wolves. The problem is the logistics behind it.
Yeah,
You didn't stop to think if you should.
yeah,
Malcolm said it perfectly.
yeah. Well, they're just like puppies. So that's
I
how this
know.
is going. Uh, so the next thing is it does have more to do with what we talked about. This is on tariffs, which is another big thing that's happened
The
in the
tariff
last week.
thing.
I'm sure you've heard about tariffs in this
Yeah,
last
but
week.
okay, real quick, if you want to pause for a moment, or you could let it play in the background,
Yeah,
of
I'm just
course.
gonna have it in the background, I think.
Um, I remember a couple years ago there was an argument made, especially by the Liberal Party and even the Conservative Party to some extent. They were saying, "Oh, the stock market doesn't dictate the actual like the economy." And now everybody's saying, "Oh, the stock market is going bad at the moment. Oh, the economy is doing bad." And I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, well, you guys got to pick and choose. What is it? It's one or the other. Is the If the stock market does good, does that mean the economy is doing good, or vice versa?
It's not a direct. I don't think it's
Like or
direct,
like
but um,
correlation does not equate to causation. Correlation and causation are not on the same level at all.
I think
It's they're not.
I think I said a few weeks back that I thought Trump was willing to sacrifice the stock market to do a reset on our country, and I think we're probably starting to see some of that. He says we. I think he said we brought billions of dollars worth of revenue in because of these tariffs already, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how much I buy into that, but regardless, I I think we're going to end up in a better spot than we were. I mean, obviously,
Is this
so
the perfect time to buy though?
yes, 100%. Like,
I
okay,
think
every
for
time is a good time to buy. That's number one rule of
because
the
it's a
stock
long-term
market.
investment,
Yes.
especially if you invest in S&P 500, especially
Yeah.
within index
Or the
funds, and you
NASDAQ or the, yeah,
yes. So I think those types of investments are, of course, safe and secure
right.
because 50
They
years
just
from
grow
now,
over
you
time. It's like this over time. Regardless of what it does in between. It's always like an upward
always
climb.
buy, regardless.
Yeah.
Even
So,
yeah,
I mean, these times are probably better to buy than other times where it's higher, but regardless, it's always a good time to buy. So, getting worked up over the stock market going down, even if it's a significant amount, it just doesn't matter. It just creates buying opportunity, really. That's how
I
you
don't
should
know.
look at it.
I think I just hear so many people just say, "Oh, the stock market's doing bad, the
Yeah.
economy's doing bad," while those same people, like I said before, a couple of years ago, were like, "The stock market doesn't dictate how the economy's doing."
Yeah. Or they just like flat out
It's
ignored what was happening with the stock market. They're like, oh, everything's fine.
it's borderline hypocritical.
Yeah.
Like it is or it isn't. Make up your mind.
Yeah.
What seriously?
Right. So the stock market tanked. That's what happened under the tariffs at the beginning here. And we're starting to see maybe some potential for change here because a lot of countries are, and I think this was his goal, I think this was Trump's goal, zero tariffs across the board all around the world. He wants zero tariffs from every country. He wants our country to have zero tariffs. So it's zero borders to trade. We get as much trade going as possible. That makes as many countries rich as possible. So we have 50 countries,
Rich.
more than 50 countries, says Fox News. I've actually seen several tweets um, about countries coming to us to negotiate, and a lot of them have already said we're willing to take it down to zero. We want these tariffs gone. They are killing our economies. We need these tariffs gone. Um, so we'll see. And I mean, he's these tariffs are in place right now. They are actively hurting these countries, and honestly, they're hurting the U.S. in some capacity too. For example, the Switch. Like this is how this is relevant to the Switch. They Nintendo delayed pre-orders because they wanted to take into account tariffs. That's which probably means a price increase. So you're probably not going to be paying $450 unless this gets worked out within the next few months. So
Well, they said that was MSRP,
yeah,
so there's your little asterisk there.
yeah, room for increases. Basically, that's what that is.
Yeah, which I really hate whenever companies put an MSRP sticker on
Yeah,
it all
it's
the
like it's
time
not an
because
MSRP anymore. It's just like this is not the price I'm paying. Manufactured suggested retail
prices are
price.
high, they're low.
Yeah. Good old Joe. Anyway,
Folks, look, the fact of the matter is,
I think if we can get to zero tariffs across the board, we're gonna have a massive boom. Uh, and to be honest, I think other countries are probably hurting more than we are. I mean, we have all the leverage in the United States right now because we're at a trade deficit with all these countries. So
Well,
we're
so
at a
many other
significant
countries,
advantage.
they rely heavily on the value of the American dollar. That's why.
Well, that and they're sending more goods to us and we're sending less to them. So we are less reliant on them in terms of our money, or in terms of extracting money from them. They extract more money from us than we do from them. So we're at an advantage in that regard. So I mean, we have all the leverage right now. And if they don't come to us and negotiate, then they're going to take a lot of hits. So I'm thinking this could be good. And obviously, apparently, Fox News does too. So it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. Obviously, a lot of people are skeptical of tariffs. Most people talk very negatively about them. And I can see why. Like, nobody wants to pay more for something you paid less for yesterday. But,
Yeah, but the thing is, America's economy at this rate, it's based off of consumerism. Like we've
yeah,
been consumers basically our entire lives and not producers. Like when was the last time America started producing? What, World War II, I
yeah,
think?
yeah, it's
That's
been
what
a
it
long time.
was. It's since World War II, I would say, because that's when production started to kick in like crazy for us. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I may be wrong, but
So I think it's important to bring back manufacturing to some extent, but I think one of the biggest things is going to be getting rid of the tariffs, getting rid of barriers to trade so that we can send more products to other people and so that we can get products over here for a reduced price. Ultimately, I think
well,
these big tariffs are going to result in lower tariffs across the board, and we will be able to buy products from other countries for a decreased price and just
did
fewer
we
barriers to entry.
did we talk about last week for cars at least that employees are now getting discounts on for their cars or no?
No, I didn't. I don't think we did.
Okay, so this was something that I heard about and it was supposed to counter the tariffs. So Ford of all companies, it's always Ford for some reason
Uh huh.
because they set a standard for, I don't know how or why, but I mean I applaud them for it. So for their employees at least, let me see if I can find the article or something. I'll if I can, I'll paste it in the description. But Ford
Ford
was
is really advertising
get
heavily
their
on the America First right now.
so and other car companies are actually following suit for this, where
Yeah,
if you work for their company, you can actually get
a significant
employee
discount.
discounts, yeah, for their cars, so you can
Interesting.
buy their cars and everything.
Yeah.
It's supposed to counter the tariffs,
Yeah.
from
I
what I know.
I mean, basically it's not countering the tariffs, it's just offering people something
A cheaper
that does
alternative.
not have a tariff on it, right? Which is kind of funny, but it's probably a good idea. And it's especially for Ford if you can offer your product cheaper, it's
Okay, so
probably going to get
according
bought.
to Reuters, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up the page real quick. Ford offers across the board discounts, jumping on recent tariff induced sales bump. Announced discounts across multiple models starting Thursday, leaning on its healthy inventory to offer customers thousands of dollars off as competitors hike prices to absorb tariff costs. They will offer employee pricing at discounted rate available to its workers. To all customers, the company confirmed after Reuters reported the news Wednesday. The program is called the From America for America plan and is
Interesting.
available to U.S. shoppers.
Huh. That's a good way to get Republicans on
Well,
board for sure, and anybody
didn't
else
it
that wants a cheaper
suffer
vehicle.
from? It still faces the prospect of steep levies. I, I can't even pronounce
Levies
words.
maybe?
Levies. I'm tired, dude.
I can't
I
read it,
butcher
but
words.
yeah.
Applied to much of its lineup, including vehicles like the Mustang Mach E and Maverick that are built in Mexico. Some vehicles, including its lucrative Super Duty trucks, are exempt. Of
Mhm.
course,
Of course. Yeah.
Like, you buy Ford for the truck, not their stupid cars and sedans. You
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
You buy them for the Broncos. You buy them
I
for the
know.
Super Duty.
I know.
Like,
Typical. Typical stuff. But, at least they're offering some discounts here and there. I guess that's a good thing.
I think that's a good thing, especially for to counteract the tariffs to some extent, to invoke
Yeah.
some type of competition. So
Yeah.
apparently, other car companies are following suit with this, from what I know.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, everybody was talking about, oh, the car market's going to crash soon, even though they've said that for like the
yeah.
last like
Yeah.
18
Everybody,
months. They've
yeah.
been
Well, even the last 5
even the
years.
last, yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah. There's been a lot of debate on most everything in the finance industry these days. It's kind of okay, here's the thing about Trump. He's very hard to predict. It's hard to get an understanding of what he wants. So that gives him a lot of leverage.
Yeah,
And it helps him a lot when he's trying to make a deal because people don't know what his next move is going to be. But it also keeps the markets guessing and everybody else guessing. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and that's obviously why the stock market dropped so much in the last couple of weeks here with the tariffs. So I think ultimately it's going to be nothing. It's not going to matter at all. These
yeah.
tariffs. I mean, in terms of us paying more, we're not going to end up paying more. Or if we do end up paying more, the markets will come back. So I don't think it's going to be a recession, and even if it is, I don't know if the younger generations are super sad about that. Like it seems like I've watched a lot of Asmongold, and he says that Gen Z and millennials are getting back at boomers because boomers have screwed over the younger generations. I don't know if I buy into that, but um,
I don't know.
certainly it seems like other people do.
Well,
So
the thing is, you can't blame us for the current problems that are in the world at the moment.
yeah, we haven't
We're
done
not,
anything yet.
no, we really haven't. The only thing we've started doing now at this point is just voting, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like, we haven't really gotten it. There's no, I'm sure there's a few people that are Gen Z that are in office, I think, or at least in, some in government agency of some sort
yeah,
or office or
yeah.
whatever, but
Doing
we have not
something
really.
governmental at some governmental level. I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah, but we haven't really done anything that makes substantial changes.
yeah.
And we're getting a lot of blame for that for some reason. And it's like, guys, we're not even, we're barely hitting like 20, 25 at this point.
yeah,
We haven't really had that much influence yet.
yeah. Well, I
I don't
think
know.
I think we can all expect some stability, if not in the next 4 years, within the next decade. Like we're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. You don't need to panic because the stock market's going down, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, the stock market's always gone down.
Yeah, it's always flexed. It's always
Always
and
fluctuated.
they call
Yeah.
they call they call them market resets, and they happen every now and then. It's just how it goes. So you're gonna see some fluctuation in the stock market
Yeah.
regardless of what happens. So
Okay.
that's all I got. It's
Yeah. Well,
9:52.
I know. I'm ready for bed.
Yep.
I'll edit this video tomorrow. I'll snip it together with some gameplay of some sort. I'm sure I'll think of
Okay.
something in mind to put together. That way the viewers can enjoy watching something.
All right.
I'll see if I can make some smooth transitions into the videos that we were talking about. So,
Sounds great.
all right. Well,
We appreciate you. I looked up at the wrong camera. Uh,
I looked
we
up at the right.
appreciate you watching. Oh my gosh, I'm ready for bed. We appreciate you watching this far, and we hope that things turn out well with this podcast. We're, obviously still chugging along here. We're recording on Tuesdays now, so it's a little different, but
I know, so that way I can actually sleep in
yes,
and not have to be exhausted the next morning.
right.
So
Uh,
yeah, this would be a lot better.
yeah, we'll try to stick with it, and obviously, if you can, leave us a like and a subscribe, and more views the better. So
Feedback is always appreciated.
yes, definitely feedback as well. All right. Without anything else to say, of course, my name is Logan, and this is my co-host Nelson. Yep, we appreciate you for sticking with us, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Bye bye.